All right, guys. So I don't understand why being realistic and being negative is considered the same thing when it's not. Um, People tell me sometimes, "Oh, why are you being so negative? Like you gotta believe." I'm not being negative. I'm just being realistic. Like I'm looking at what's in front of me, look at the situation in front of me, and I'm seeing what there is going on. I'm seeing what there is. I'm analyzing everything. I'm using logic, and I'm predicting what's gonna happen. I'm putting I'm putting one like two and two together. I'm putting all this together, and yeah, I'm just using what's being given to me and predicting what's gonna happen. I'm not being negative because negativity is when you just focus on the bad things, the negative things. I guess like in a certain situation, being negative is when you're focusing on all the bad things, and being realistic, you focus on negative, but you also focus on positive. You focus on both, and you see both of those factors and you put them together and you see what's probably going to happen. Like, let me give you guys an example because I don't know why I keep getting called negative for like certain things when I'm just being realistic. I'm just, like I said before, looking at what's being given to me. I'm just, let me give you an example, okay? So, when the Dolphins played the Chiefs in that playoff game when the Dolphins played the Chiefs in that wildcard game, I already knew that we were most likely going to lose. Like, I'm not going to say for sure that I know 100% of the time what's going to happen, but I like to just think what's going to happen so I'm not surprised when it happens, Being realistic, I'm just taking what's given to me. Yeah. And yeah, guess what? The Dolphins lost. But I wasn't being negative. I was just being realistic. Like I said, I was looking at the weather. I was looking at the players we had out. I was looking at all those things. But I was looking at positives too. I'm like, oh, we have a good offense, but they're from Florida, where it's damn near 80 degrees every day, and they're hitting it says negative weather in Kansas City. So I just took what they gave me, all the information I got, used logic, and I saw what was probably gonna happen. Let me give you guys another example. Oh, and by the way, I got a brace on my wrist now. I think it's probably sprained, honestly. It's been hurting for like a month, so maybe I should get it checked out. But if this doesn't heal like in a week, I might have to get it checked out. I hope it heals because I want to work out. I haven't been able to. I'm shrinking. All right. Anyways, let me give you guys another example. So I texted someone last night, right? Because I'll be honest, I was just bored. Um, I wasn't trying to text him. Like I was just trying to talk to him. What am I saying? I wasn't trying to text him like being weird or anything. I was just trying to talk to him, just have a conversation. But I haven't talked to this person in such a long time. Like years, honestly. It's been years. And I texted them to see if maybe we could spark up a conversation. But in my mind, I already knew we haven't talked in a while. Who knows how they are? So don't be surprised if they just don't answer you if you get left unseen. And that's literally what happened. I got left unseen. And I was like, it's cool because I already expected it. I kind of knew this was going to happen. So that's kind of why I like being realistic because I already know what to expect. So I'm not really surprised. I'm not hurt by what's going to happen. And yeah, that's literally what happened. I haven't talked to that person in years. I wasn't really expecting them to just answer me, like record or whatever. And yeah, I predicted what was gonna happen, and I was right. I'd say about like 75% of the time, I'm right about what I'm thinking, and 25% of the time I'm wrong. And whenever I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong. It's not like I'm sad about it. I'm happy to be wrong. But basically the whole point of this video is you guys need to stop, or not all of you guys, but whoever thinks negativity and being realistic is the same thing, it's not. It's not the same thing because I'm tired of being called negative, a negative person. If I was negative, I'd only be pointing out the bad things about stuff, but I point out both in certain situations. I don't always do this. It's just like certain things, Certain things I really care about, I guess. I don't do this all the time. I don't just like, I just like to use my brain basically. I don't, and I do like to be positive sometimes. Sometimes I like to be positive most of the time. I have hope in certain situations. I hope this happens. Like I hope this happens, but in the back of my mind, I'm just like it's probably not gonna happen. Or I could be like I really hope this doesn't happen, but in the back of my mind, I could be like it's probably going to happen. And yeah, dude, it's just being realistic and not trying to just expect something that's most likely not going to happen. So I can just already know what's going to happen, so I'm not shocked. I already expected whatever, you know. But it doesn't always have to be like negative outcomes. Like I can expect something positive. I'm like, okay, this will probably happen. That's kind of cool if this happens actually. Like it could be positive things. It's not everything's all negative about being realistic, you know, positive outcomes as well. Like for example, if I text this person, they're gonna answer, and you know what? I hope they answer. Most likely they will answer, and boom, that's something positive. You know, it's not always negative. And that's just my point of this video. Being realistic is not the same as being negative. I just don't like to see things as what they probably aren't. And yeah, I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say. This is like my 6th time trying to record this video. Dogs are barking, people knocking at my door, mailman's coming, and the dog's barking again. I was recording this video and I ran out of storage. I was like, bro, are you serious? And honestly, that time I was recording this video was like my best time. I was actually making so much sense. And I kind of forgot everything like I talked about in that video. Because every time I press record, everything in my mind just flies out. And I just think of the topic I'm making the video about, and my brain just produces while I'm talking. Like I don't have no like paper here I'm reading off of nothing. It just goes. But yeah, man, I hope you guys get what I'm saying. Being realistic, I just like being realistic. Being realistic is not negative. Negativity is a whole different thing. Even though when you want to be realistic, you may look at negative things, but it's not being negative. Okay. Yeah, see you guys later. Peace out.